So you'll notice that when we first entered the Lakeview Hotel, everything seemed all pristine and all nice, and nothing was decayed and nothing was decrepit and nothing was fucked up, like no time had passed. The walls hadn't warped, it hadn't decayed at all. So basically what that is it's reminiscent of James's memories here with Mary. So he's envisioning it the way that he remembers it, but not the way that it actually is. And it's symbolic of the way that he's depriving himself of truth. And as you explore the Lakeview Hotel, you find these different things that begin to make his repressed memories bubble to the surface. So that's why the degradation of the Lakeview Hotel kind of comes in droves and in elements and in waves. So now we're really seeing the Lakeview Hotel for the condition that it's actually in, now that the truth has been revealed, and now that it's revealed that James killed his wife Mary in an act of passion. Number one, because he was sexually frustrated and repressed, and he didn't have any outlet. And two, because he saw his wife as a vulnerable target, but he also acted in passion, knowing that she was suffering. And he wanted to end her misery and gain his freedom again. So he saw his wife Mary, who was stricken with illness, an incurable illness that would have led to her death, terminal. He saw it as an act of personal freedom. So he was gaining his future back. He was gaining his life back, essentially. He didn't feel like he had to be tethered to Mary anymore and that he could just move on, but the guilt of what he had done has actually been eroding him from the inside, and that's what we're exploring within these games. So when you're exploring the different areas, like the Toluca prison and the hospital, they're all reminiscent memories and different symbolic physical manifestations of all the different feelings and the repressed anger and the memories and the acts and the feelings that James has been keeping bottled up this entire time and not being truthful to himself with. And they explore various themes, like, again, sexual frustration, erotic provocation with the nurses and the outfits, the lying figures symbolizing Mary's illness and her terminal illness and her health deteriorating over time, and with flesh lips being bedridden and everything like that, and the mannequins representing James only viewing women as a source of sexual relief or pent-up tension, or an outlet of which. So, like, Silent Hill 2, again, like I expressed before, is very, very vulgar, but it's not as cut and dry as people like to claim it to be. Everybody has this weird thing where they think it's about rape. It's not about rape. It's way more deep than that. It's artistically expressed through nuance. It's through the areas you explore, the areas you combat, the way the areas and the environments and the enemies and everything reacts to you. The revelations that unfold is kind of the artistry of the game. And I feel like it gets an unfair rap by a whole bunch of uneducated motherfucking people that have no idea in hell what they're actually talking about. And there are so many goddamn subliminal explorative themes in this game that it's hard to be able to dissect them all succinctly. That's just how much depth and analytical component this game has. It's a mastercraft. And everything is symbolic or allegorical to something. There's something that always means metaphorically more than what your first impression is. And that's kind of what Silent Hill 2 is it's exposure over time. It kind of lures you in with nuance, and there is a whole healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. Thy wound is grievous. So James struggling with his alcoholism, Maria being depicted as a distraction from James's true goal, but she's there to aid him on his quest of self-discovery and coming to the revelation that he actually murdered his wife Mary in an act of passion. Angela Orozco having suffered the sexual traumatic abuse from her dad, which we still haven't had the opportunity to go into yet, but that's going to be coming to the surface very soon as well. So there's still quite a bit left to go. There's a little bit more symbolism that I will be able to explain to you guys down the line. But yeah, Silent Hill 2 is a master artwork of its craft. It is literally the best psychological horror experience ever conjured. It's not easy to do this game justice, and I think Bloober has done a phenomenal job in tackling the aesthetic, the presentation, the dynamics, the artistry, the music. Everything is all there. Wash yourselves, make yourselves clean, remove the evil of your deeds from my sight. The only thing that Bloober, I gotta say, really fucking dropped the ball on, again, is the combat. I think the rest of the game is fantastic. I think the combat could have used a bit more depth. It could have been more dynamic. I wish the responses with the controls weren't as bad as they are, because it's otherwise a really terrible blemish on a really, really great game. I think they did a phenomenal work, though. I think it's a really, really well done game. I think they did SH2 a lot of fucking justice for a modern recreation, and it's hard to remake perfection. It's really difficult to remake perfection, but I think they did well. And they obviously tackled the game in spirit, and they tried to do it dedicatively as fans and as a passion project, so that is all very evident when you play through it for yourself, I think. At least if you're a fan. If you're a fan of the classic game, I think there's absolutely no way that you can't regard some level of appreciation for what they tried to do with it here. Not that I don't, hold and reserve my critiques for it, but I gotta say, it was excellently done, for the most part. Okay, so that's our goal, is to get into that elevator. How we do that, though, is beyond me. I have no fucking idea. I have no clue. There's nothing explorable in this room. There's no other cart that we can move. I'm assuming this door doesn't open because, yeah, it's covered with a drapery. Oh, duh. Okay. Yeah, but the music in the game is phenomenal. The reorchestrations are all beautiful. Like, the aesthetic is great. It seems a little bit plastic, but it's not bad. Like, it's really not bad. For modern textures, by modern game standards, it honestly looks really, really phenomenal. Okay, we can't go through that door, so I'm figuring, where do they want us to go next? Because there's not really anywhere else we can go, I don't think. Oh yeah, there is. I didn't notice this broken wall when I was here a few minutes ago. I'm assuming we can't ascend the staircase, because in the original you go down, you don't go up, you go down more. And we pretty much have to go to the basement, and then we're going to come across another character that we haven't seen in quite some time, and we're going to get some updates with that. Okay, this is the wall that I just came through. Something over here, but it's inaccessible. This door opens. There's some handgun rounds in there, I'll take that. This door doesn't open. Okay. Yeah, we don't actually go up, do we? Because that looks like it's, yeah, inaccessible. So if that's inaccessible, then where do we go? We have to go to the elevator, right? Oh, here it is. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, now we go to the basement. And we're going to the otherworld basement. You know what that means. Extra spooky. That's what that means. Yeah, we got flickering lights, we have James Wan, we have fucking... What's the director of The Conjuring? That is James Wan, isn't it? And take every Insidious film, take every Conjuring film, and fucking combine it. That's what we're walking into right now. And you'll notice that the basement, again, is full of water. So this is pretty much the deepest level of self-recognition. This is... Everything is laid bare. Everything should make sense at this point for Silent Hill 2, for what the narrative is and what all the themes are. I've done my very best to express them succinctly in a dissectable manner, like something that's able to be received and kind of thought through. So hopefully everything makes sense, and I've done a good enough job. It's a lot of pressure to actually go into all the themes that this game presents, and all the natures of everything. It's actually like a very tall order, so... I feel like an overworked busboy that's been tending to like 55 different tables. Okay, so we have to go through here, but I want to see... Okay, this is inaccessible. We can't go there yet. Or at all. I don't know if there's any items in here, but I'm going to be looking for... There's whiskey right there! There's bourbon, there's whiskey right next to each other. My favorite. Nice. Rifle rounds, also a third favorite. Nothing else, huh? This bottles of wine, vintage, yeah. Imagine how old those are, Jesus Christ. Get a pretty penny for all that. Shotgun shells. Okay, I can't go through this door. It's watered down, so that means, like, the weight is too much. Okay, we have to go over the wall. This looks like some Evil Within shit, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the degradation and everything is, yeah. Okay, so they're allowing me to have weapons again, so there might be enemies about, so I gotta keep my wits about me as well. I'm packing, don't think about fuck with me. I'm literally packing. I will fucking cap you. I'm like a member of the SPD seeing migrants within my vicinity.
Mama? Mama! I was looking for you. You're the only one left. Maybe then I can finally rest. Mama. What's wrong? Wait. You're not my mama. It's you.
Sorry, Angela. I think you were right. What we're looking for, it's not here. Not anymore.
Thank you for helping me earlier. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserve what happened.
No, Angela, that is not true.
Don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me? Will you love me? Care for me? Heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James. Give me back the knife.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself. Have it your way. It doesn't change anything.
It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
So, symbolically, what we just witnessed is Angela resigning herself to her suicide. So, if you notice, the walls were adorned with the emasculated corpses of two men. One being her alcoholic father who sexually abused her, and the other belonging to her unnamed brother who assaulted her with her dad regularly. Her mother was so whipped and abused that she convinced Angela that she was worthy of all the sexual abuse that she received from her trusted and most closest family. So you'll notice that all the respective characters within Silent Hill 2 have their own themes of what Silent Hill depicts itself as, or how it presents itself. So, with Eddie's, it was his cold demeanor and his apathy and his lack of humanity, or his diminishment of his humanity. For James, the water is representative of guilt and his repressed emotions, and kind of the solitude that he's feeling as he's working through everything, and it also represents the degradation and the decaying of his mental state and his cognizance. And then for Angela, you'll notice that her theme is fire and immolation. Now, fire is often associated very loosely with rage or vengeance, because it consumes you. And that's exactly what it was, is she was falling to her demons instead of being able to overcome them. So she didn't have the resolve, she didn't have the strength to continue pushing forward to live and to come to terms with everything that had happened, and she let it destroy her life. So basically, the flames engulfing Angela is a visual metaphor or a representation of her succumbing to her darkness, essentially. So it's basically her ascending to her own suicide, and she's been having suicidal ideations ever since the abuse happened. And she's looking for her mother because to her, her mother is the only icon that's representative of innocence. Even though her mother allowed what happened to her to take place, her mother never directly abused her. She wasn't a contributor to the animosity and the vengeance and the rage and the self-hate that Angela is feeling toward herself. So that's why she's looking for her mother, and that's why she's so disillusioned when we come upon her and she thinks that we're her mother. .312 to be cleared out. So yeah, that's pretty much all of Silent Hill 2. That's all the characters, that's all the representations. At least from this point forward, there's a few more things that I can express, but it's not much. But what there is to express is a little bit important. So the depictions in this game really do mean a lot. And you might be wondering why there are 50 red squares here. This is because James's mental clarity is absolutely clear now. Like, there's an array of thought, it's all direct, it's all condensed, we know what the truth is, and we have better visibility, we have better mental clarity. Like, we know everything that happened.